Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been searching for me under that name, you are in the right place. Today's video was requested by a subscriber, and we're going to be doing a career reading today. And what we're going to be specifically looking into are big career changes coming through for you within the next near future timeline. So that's kind of ambiguous. For me, near future can be anywhere from 3 to 6 months, but this reading is also a timeless reading, and these messages are not intended to necessarily expire. So if you're guided to view this video like a year from the time that I've posted it, the messages can still connect for you. But we will be looking into upcoming changes that you can expect with your career, and then I will be channeling my little time frames with my little time frame deck to see if we can get some specifics around when it may come through for you. Keep in mind that this is a general collective reading on YouTube. So with general readings, even though you guys will be selecting a specific choice of reading from these 3 choices here, you have to remember that this is not a personal reading that's specifically tailored to your own energy. So I recommend taking the messages here as like general guidance for you versus the end all be all with regard to your own personal situation. And as a best practice, if anything is feeling like a little bit confusing, or if it just doesn't really feel like it fits your specific situation, that's usually a sign that it's not your message. So don't dwell on it. Don't allow it to get you upset. Just release that and let that go if it doesn't feel like it fits for you. If you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. And if you are looking for a more specific read on your own personal energy, I do recommend getting a personal reading with any tarot card reader that you trust. So with that being said, let's go ahead and select your reading. So for anyone that's new to pick a card readings, how these work is you're going to think about the question that we're asking today, which is what changes are coming through in my career? And then you're going to choose from one of these 3 groups of cards here and pick the reading that you feel the most intuitively connected to. So if you're drawn to group 1, the crystal that we have to work with here is going to be this little green fluorite piece of candy. If you're drawn to group 2, we have this little orange calcite crystal. And if you're drawn to group 3, we'll be working with this little moonstone crystal. So I want you guys to take a deep breath and think about changes coming to you in your career that you need to be aware of. Go ahead and select the crystal or the group of cards that you feel the most intuitively drawn to. And once you've made your selection, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hey, group number 1, if you guys were drawn to the little green fluorite candy, this is going to be your reading. So today we're looking into career changes that are coming through for you in the near future. Before we get into the message, as a disclaimer, you guys know I always say this, just keep in mind this is a general reading, and so the messages are not necessarily going to resonate with everybody out there. So just keep in mind, if anything feels like it's confusing, or if it doesn't really feel like it aligns with what you know your situation to be, it's probably just a sign that it's not your message. So let's jump right in, group 1. So overall energy, we have solar flares, we have outside forces, and we have locked. Okay. Wow. So upcoming changes, group 1. I definitely feel like there's a lot that's going to be coming up for you guys in the near future here with solar flares. This is telling me that this is a time of heightened activity and maybe even a little bit of a chaotic energy with regard to your career. There could be a lot going on. There could even be like some sort of drama associated with it for some of you, like where coworkers or colleagues or even ourselves were acting up a little bit, or it's a period of time where there's a lot happening. Okay, there's activation here. So what this is coming from is it looks like something just like circumstantial, something out of your control. This says unknown figures are driving the situation and you may not be able to control the outcome. This cycle will shift soon and you will be okay. So there is a reassuring message here from Spirit that this is like a temporary period of uncertainty or a temporary period of change that you guys may be moving through. And there is something here that's being kind of blocked for you as well. It says work you want may not be in reach now. You can take a temp position while awaiting an opening, and your new place offers job security. So there could be something here around some sort of position that you guys were going for, or some sort of next step that you were looking to move into. And during this period, I think because there's just so much going on, this is going to be like maybe temporarily not available for you. Okay, so let's go into the tarot and see what other info we can get here. What is this about, please, Spirit? What are the changes that are coming through in group one's career? I do think that we do have a Six of Swords coming through, which talks about stress reduction. We'll see if that comes back around. It just, like, with that outside forces, it just kind of gives me the energy of, like, you guys working at a company, a corporation, or just working somewhere where you're being impacted by other people that are kind of pulling strings behind the scenes, right? Let's see. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Oh, God. Okay, a little bit too many flying out of the deck here. What is this career change coming up for group one, please, Spirit? Nine of Wands. Yeah. Five of Pentacles in reverse here. So the good thing is I don't necessarily feel like you guys are losing a job necessarily, but I wouldn't be surprised if you are impacted by other people going through that with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So to give you guys a personal example of when this card has come through for me in a career setting, a few years ago, I was a part of a team during the pandemic that was like drastically downsized. They did like an 80% headcount reduction and laid off like 80 people. It was pretty intense. And a lot of us knew it was coming, but we didn't know who was going to be selected to stay and who was going to get the layoff. And I was selected to stay. And I remember pulling this card during that time period, which basically was confirmation that even though like job loss or downsizing was on the table for my company, for that specific department I was in, for me, it was like I was safe because I was regaining a job. But the thing is like the job that I was regaining after the layoff looked a lot different than what I had before. So I think that you guys will probably be moving into a situation like that where there's just a lot going on, a lot of changes that are happening around you. And I think you're going to be okay. But I do think that maybe other people around you might not be. And so that may end up being that you are maybe taking on a different type of role than what you're in right now. Okay. I definitely feel with this Hierophant card in reverse that something about this is going to cause you to have to think differently, because this is kind of like a break in tradition, or it's like a change from like the typical way that things have been done. It's a little bit of a rebellious energy as well, I would say. And I actually think that a lot of what's going to happen with this solar flares energy, whatever these external forces are that might be kind of making you guys feel like you're temporarily blocked or stagnant, I actually think it's going to have you activated personally to maybe like look elsewhere or look for some other type of work anyway. So even though I feel like you guys are going to be okay, personally, whatever chaos is going on might actually activate you to look elsewhere. I do think that there's going to be a need for perseverance here as well. This could just be a time where there's a lot on your plate. There's like a lot where we have to just kind of keep going. Resilience is coming through really strong with this Nine of Wands. So let's continue. It's interesting too that you guys selected the fluorite crystal, because fluorite is typically associated with like focus and concentration. And I definitely think that part of what is happening here with these changes that are going on around you is it's kind of pushing you to refocus your own energy onto something else. Like refocus your energy onto like what's important to you. in your career. So I do feel like you guys are going to need to stay focused throughout this time, though it may be difficult, right? All right, let's see what else we can get from Spirit. Changes coming through. What is this about for group 1, please, Spirit? We have patience. Interesting. Okay. We also have door to value. Okay, that's really interesting. And we have an indecision at the bottom of the deck. So something about this is going to have like, it's going to have you like deciding, right? Which path do I want to take? And I think that it's so interesting with the fluorite because there's definitely a connection here to your intuition and being able to kind of see through the dark with your intuition during this time. I feel like this change is actually opening up a new opportunity for you guys to be earning more money. I feel like Spirit is saying, don't make any hasty decisions right now with patience coming through, because this situation does appear to be temporary. And whatever you're being blocked from, even though it may not be in reach currently, it may be coming later in divine timing. But yeah, this change is definitely activating you in a new direction around your value. So maybe you guys will be kind of pushed into something where you have an opportunity to earn more money. Maybe whatever is happening is pushing you to take your own path of making more money outside of whatever this current situation is. But I do think Spirit is saying, do not make any rash decisions, because I think that there is a tendency here with the Hierophant in reverse to want to rebel. Okay. Let's continue. What else do we need to know, please, Spirit, for group 1? This is intense, you guys. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you and seeing what is happening with your work. All right, so what is going on, please, Spirit, with group 1? Changes coming their way. We have pushed to the surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Be aware of the dynamics of your life. Yeah, I think that this is igniting you guys. It's giving you a little push that you need right now to redirect you toward value, what you value with regard to your career and your life. We have leaping through the air. A plan you have made is on track. If you're waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. I feel like that was a read. This is interesting too, because at the bottom of the deck, we have amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. So there is like this undertone that Spirit is highlighting around like waiting. Don't make any rash decisions. I think they're saying still continue to persevere with your plans or any ideas that you've been working on with regard to your career. Don't allow whatever is happening to kind of pull you off track from that. But it's also like at this time, I feel it's about using this energy to redirect you toward your long-term goals. Okay. Hopefully this is making sense for you guys. All right, let's keep going. We have a few more decks to use. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about this change for group 1. I do kind of feel this excitement energy coming through as well for you guys. So it's like, even though there's a lot of chaotic energy, I do think that there is an energy of excitement around like new beginnings here. We do have sudden wealth coming through at the bottom of the deck. So there's another connection here to making more money that I see for you guys. So we've got the Lovers, the Child, and the Official Person. For some of you, this could have to do with a business partnership or going into a business partnership. It could also have to do with needing to make a decision, right? Because the Lovers talks about choices and decisions and alignment to what we want in the big picture of things. We also have the Child and the Official Person. So Child can talk about giving birth to something new or like new beginnings. This can also be literal in the sense that there's something to do with a child here. But I feel like a lot of you guys, there's this energy of giving birth to something that is new, that's coming out of this. And the Official Person is like a strictness. You know what I mean? There's like a strictness to this work. There is an energy of like enforcement. I think that a lot of this is speaking to the surrounding circumstances as well. Like I think that whatever is happening, there is this energy of accountability around, all right, this is the new way forward that we all have to kind of fall in line with. This is like a military person. So I'm thinking of like falling in line, following orders, like whatever your situation is with your work, there's that energy there. But there's also something about your goals and work that Spirit is wanting you to align on and keep on track with those goals and treat them with respect and value and your own kind of strictness going forward without making any rash or rush decisions. Okay. So I want to look at the timeline for you guys next, and then we're going to pull some fortune cookie cards. So let's try to see, when is this change likely to come through for group one? Keeping in mind, guys, it is a general reading, so this may not be literal for every person. And let's just see what we generally get for you. When is this coming through for group one? We do have Taurus represented here with the Hierophant. So Taurus season could be significant for some of you. We have your birthday season. So whenever your birthday would be, could be significant to this for some of you. It's interesting we have birthday with the Child here. We also have, what does your intuition tell you? So you guys, I think, already kind of know that this is coming. I think a lot of you are already sensing that it's coming. Spirit is not really wanting to give us a super clear timeline on it. But for some of you, the season of your birthday could be significant here. Or Taurus season with that Hierophant could be significant as well. But I think you guys know that this is coming. Okay. Okay. What else, Spirit? We have future. You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. Okay. What else can we know about career? Okay. We have positive work outcomes. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. So yeah, I continue to feel like something about this, even though there is some tougher energy required, it is ultimately leading you in a positive direction, because this is helping you to kind of realign or refocus on your own goals and values. Let's get a couple more. We have health. An excellent time to start an exercise program or diet. Many new friendships are on the horizon. We're getting a lot of like lifestyle energy here too. So it could be that for a lot of you guys, this is actually going to be a really positive change that impacts your ability to travel, social events, as well as your day-to-day, working out and being able to have balance there. Let's see what else. Ooh. We also have nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. That's good advice from Spirit, because I definitely think that, look at this. We have commitment. A commitment is indicated around love or business. It will make you feel better. So there's definitely something that's coming that is about commitment or recommitting to work. And I do think that it's leading you guys into a better position ultimately. But I feel like it's just going to take some time as you're navigating through whatever this really active situation is. So this is what I see, group one. Please do comment below if this reading resonated with you and let me know a little bit about what's been happening in your career. And if you do want to continue to support my work, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell as well so that you guys are posted when I create new content, post new videos, or just share any channel or business updates with you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, group number 2, if you guys were drawn to the little orange calcite crystal, this will be your reading. So today we're looking into career changes that are upcoming for you. So before we jump in, keep in mind that this is a general reading, and so the messages here may not necessarily resonate with everyone who views. As a best practice, if anything that I'm saying feels super confusing, or if it doesn't really feel like it fits for your situation, simply just release that and let that go. It's usually a sign then that it's not your message if it's not really resonating with you. All right, overall energy, group 2, we've got the moon. We have direction. We have freedom. Wow. This is so beautiful. Okay, so changes coming through for you guys. So the moon here for me is kind of speaking to this change that's coming through for you is about connecting your work to your emotions, right? Because the moon is the way that we express our emotions, the way that we relate to emotion. It can also be talking about kind of like that emotional driver for you. So what is it? What type of work is it that feels the most emotionally fulfilling to you, and what drives you to want to do the work that you're doing? We have an energy here of direction. Your purpose is unfolding slowly, step by step as you go along. There's no need to hurry or worry. You're being divinely guided. So this feels like a slower shift or a slower change that you guys are moving into. Very different from the energy we got with group 1. It was like a lot more of a chaotic like push. For you guys, this feels like a slower realization, a slower transition into whatever this change will be. We also have freedom. You need to have more flexibility with your schedule and income. Being self-employed is ideal. Time off will help you get clear. So it could be some of you guys may end up taking a little bit of time off in the near future with regard to your work. But just the key theme that I see here is maybe you guys are deciding that the work that you find the most fulfilling allows you to have more freedom and flexibility with your schedule and your money, right? Maybe being self-employed is the realization that you all are moving into, the direction that you're slowly moving into as well, so that you don't have to be tied down or beholden to what somebody else wants of you. All right, so let's continue. Group 2, what else? I do feel too with you all selecting honey calcite, this actually makes a lot of sense with the freedom, right? Because this is an energy, the orange energy is about like going with the flow, having more fun, having more of that emotional connection or emotional expression to your work, right? And not having to be so rigid every day. So let's see. What changes are coming up for group 2, please, Spirit, in their career? We have the Emperor. Beautiful. Oh, I take back what I said. All right. It definitely felt like this was a slower transition, but it may not be. I don't know. Here's what I kind of feel. I think with the Tower coming up here, for some of you guys, there could be some sort of event that kind of sparks you into this direction. I kind of feel with you guys, this Tower is more about like some sort of realization. It's like a perception shift that you're having as it pertains to your career and what you need and the direction that you would like to move in. For some of you, though, it could be like a Tower moment happening in career, some sort of unforeseeable event where you are kind of forced to shift in a totally new and different direction. And because of that shift, it's having you, it's having you think differently about your wants and your desires. So the Emperor is really interesting coming through here. And the reason I feel like this is a good energy for you guys is because this is all about creating a plan, right? So your purpose is unfolding slowly. It's being revealed to you every step of the way. And these Tower moments, whether they are specific events that happen or just realizations that we have, these Tower moments are what divinely guides us to the direction that we need to be going. So I definitely see you guys coming up here, putting together a plan, right? A step-by-step plan so that you're able to kind of be in your authority as it pertains to moving toward this energy that you want to be in. So let's continue. What else, please, Spirit, for group 2? What additional career changes do they need to know about at this time? We have the Angel of Balance. What else, please, Spirit? We also have Attachment. Interesting. Caring connections in reverse as well. So there could be an energy of like breaking away from a partner, a business partnership, a relationship at work, employer-employee type of relationship being out of balance for some of you guys. So this is interesting because I feel like something about this tower is kind of like pushing you guys to release attachment to something, because I think that whatever you guys are attached to, with the tower being here, this is saying that it's not really authentic for you. It's keeping you kind of chained and stuck when you guys are really craving more freedom and flexibility. Wherever you're at is not really giving you that at this time. Okay, so there's a need here, I think, to kind of reflect on this. We have the perceived need and the choice to let go. So it reveals your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. The chain at your wrist is bolted to fear from the past or desperation about the future, right? So something is keeping you stuck. And I think that you're coming into a realization here very soon with this tower about what that is and what changes you need to make going forward. The Angel of Balance is talking about being centered and self-honoring in your choices, which makes a lot of sense, right? So this talks about a solid foundation of personal balance and emotional equanimity, sorry. Striving for greater equilibrium and balancing your goals and your physical and emotional energy, right? So this is a time of change, which is bringing in balance and making sure that you're making the right authentic choices to you versus keeping yourself stuck to somebody else's choices or needs or desires or orders in the workplace. Okay, let me just kind of make a little more space here. I'm going to push these up. All right, let's get a few more cards. Group 2. The reason I don't necessarily feel like the tower is like necessarily going to be that shocking is because we still have that attachment energy here. It feels like a lot of you guys are already kind of aware that this change is coming, or that this shift in perception is on the horizon, or kind of bubbling beneath the surface of your consciousness, you know? So let's see, group 2. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit. Career changes for group 2. We have enjoy the journey. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good, but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. Beautiful. It's just kind of this energy of you guys needing to kind of go with the flow. Stay present in the moment and be flexible to whatever changes or unforeseeable events are coming through for you. Okay, let's see. One more of these. We also have resilience. There's no need to rush or push. This is a time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. So kind of continuing to stay stable, stay steady, even in the midst of some instability that could be around you with the tower. I almost just kind of feel like this Tower is the freedom energy. So even though it may be very shocking or something is happening that you're not expecting, something about it has a silver lining, because I feel like it's either helping you come to the realization that you want to strive for more freedom, or it might actually be providing you freedom, literally, in the literal sense. So yeah, I think both of these are just kind of saying take things as they come and don't get too attached to a certain set of circumstances, because things are changing for you during this time. So let's see, group 2. Ooh. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about these changes that are coming through for my group 2 viewers? We have marriage. Okay. We have the journey. Interesting. Ooh. All right. And then we also have the main female coming through, which I feel like is your energy. So what I feel is you guys are moving away from something. You're going on, like, the journey is telling me you guys are either literally going to be moving, or maybe you're doing something that's more with travel, where you're going to be able to go and physically visit different places with your work. Again, something is providing freedom here, and it's providing it for you. The marriage can be talking about commitments, which it's interesting that we had the caring connections in reverse, but now we have marriage coming up. So I feel like there's some sort of commitment or recommitment to something with regard to this new change that's coming through. But yeah, you guys are definitely going to be moving. There's more movement here with the journey. Let's see. Let's look at a timeline for this change for you guys, and then we'll close it out with some fortune cookie cards here. So Spirit, when is this change likely coming through for group 2? Keeping in mind, guys, that the timeline may be variable depending on your situation, because this is a general reading. So what's the timeline on this for my group 2 viewers, please, Spirit? We have more time is needed. So it's kind of like in process here. Let's get one more. We also have at sunset. Okay. Undertone of July here at the bottom of the deck. So Spirit isn't really wanting to like give us a clear timeline, which is okay, because I feel like more time is still needed for this to come about. And I just feel for you guys, like a lot of this is more like your internal changes, the way that you're perceiving your work and the way you're going about your work. You know what I mean? And maybe for some of you guys with the sunset being here, there's something about like the nighttime that is significant to the type of work that you're doing, or when you will be coming to more of these realizations that are coming your way. The other thing I'm getting with the sunset is I think of like the day being over, the cycle being over in a sense. So this could be a time where we're kind of closing out some sort of a chapter as well for some of you. Okay. Whew, goodness, group 2. So let's see what these little fortune cards have to say, what other info we can learn about this upcoming career change coming through for you guys. We have opportunities. An important offer will be made. Be prepared to dress to impress. Awesome. That could be the Tower. I mean, maybe there's some sort of unforeseeable opportunity that's coming up that you're not seeing it coming. It takes you by surprise. Let's see what else. We also have burnout. That makes sense with the Angel of Balance. Your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. So check with your doctor, blah, blah, blah. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So that makes a lot of sense with the Angel of Balance being here. It's like there's a need for you guys to make sure that any action that you're taking is aligned with taking care of you first. Let's see what else. We have nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. We also have care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. Interesting. Yeah, and look at this. We have twists and turns here at the bottom of the deck. Carefully made plans could be thrown out of the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with this upheaval. So, yeah, big changes, big shifts coming up for you guys. I think some of them you may not be foreseeing necessarily, but I do think that this change is going to be leading you guys to more opportunities. And I feel like what Spirit is saying, like, to avoid burnout during this time, we need to just make sure we're staying balanced and not too attached to the outcomes here. Because what they're saying is that this is a time to just kind of enjoy the journey and to practice some resilience, right? It's gonna be okay. And I don't think that there's any need to rush at this time, based off what this reading is saying anyway. So this is what I'm seeing for you, Group 2. If this reading did resonate with you, please comment below and let me know which aspects did resonate and why. And if you do want to continue to support my work, please go ahead and like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I post the next reading. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey Group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you all selected this Moonstone crystal, this will be your career reading looking into upcoming changes headed your way with career. Before we jump into your message, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so the messages are not necessarily going to resonate with every single person out there, or you may find that a portion of the reading resonates while not all of it does, which is pretty common in general readings. Point being is that if it's not resonating for you, or if it feels confusing to you, then that's usually a sign that it's not your message. So don't allow it to get you stuck. Just release that and let that go. All right. So the overall energy that we have for you guys here is the midheaven. We have authority. And we have saving face. Ugh, okay. Well, this is very interesting. So what I'm kind of seeing here with regard to you guys, Group 3, is there's something here with the midheaven around public perception of you, or there's something here with the midheaven around your connection to authority figures, your relationship with authority, and a lot of this could stem from childhood stuff that's being brought up for you. But it feels like there's something going on here potentially with the way that you've been perceived or the way you are wanting to be perceived going forward. We have authority here, so clashes with the boss or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond, choose peaceful solutions if you can. We also have saving face. You may need to grin and bear it to maintain respect and keep your job, or you need to smile and make nice to get the position you want. So there's definitely something here for you guys around like being able to craft an appropriate response to the circumstances so that you are perceived favorably. That's what I see. So let's keep going and let's see if we can get a little more info into what this is. What else, please, Spirit, is happening with this change for group number 3? We have a 3 of Pentacles. We have a King of Pentacles coming through. And we do have a King of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So 2 masculine energies being highlighted here, 2 kings. So leadership type of energies. Makes a lot of sense with that authority energy that's here as well. So I kind of think that what's happening for you guys is there's something about this that's connected to a team that you're on, some sort of team or some sort of collaborative work that you're doing. And I think that there's a need here to just kind of remain diplomatic, right? Like there is a positive energy here of teamwork, collaboration, maybe some sort of presentation that you guys are doing, but working together to achieve a common goal is crucial to whatever this change is. We also have the King of Pentacles here. This could be the specific authority figure that's connected to this. This could be your own energy as well. For some of you, you guys could be a leader, and this is what, maybe somebody else is challenging your power. Your team is challenging your power, something along those lines. For others of you, this King of Pentacles could be the power, the person in power. But this is somebody who is a boss, right? The King of Pentacles is a leader. He's a boss. Somebody who has power and influence in the workplace, and somebody who, would be somebody who is responsible, has responsibilities to their commitments at work. Okay. Not necessarily a bad thing or a toxic thing, but I think the way that you are perceived to this person is going to be really important to the success, to your success here. Okay. Let's see what else we get for group 3. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about these changes, please. With my group number 3 viewers. Oops, sorry guys. I got a new, it's called a gooseneck that holds your phone or your camera, and I keep knocking it. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay. Okay, so there's definitely something here that's causing hostility and friction within whatever this team environment is, okay? Maybe some of you guys are experiencing hostility from this group of people. And so there's like a need here to kind of like grin, like this card says you need to grin and bear it to maintain respect. So maybe it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't like it. It's giving me like the energy of you're getting hazed or something. Like you have to kind of take this on the chin in a way, or you feel that you do. So this card talks about defenses up, aggressive energy. It reveals a situation where hostilities toward you are about to be or have already been engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In work or social situations, there may be backstabbing or out-and-out slander going on. All right. So it's like more of an open secret in a way. So you guys, I think, are going to have to stand up for yourselves here. So it's talking about having the courage to stand up for yourself. But I think the way that you go about doing it it almost like she's a queen, right? So there has to be kind of like a regal sort of command that you have over the situation, right? Like you're not going to allow people to walk all over you or to be openly hostile to you, but the way that you respond has to ensure that you are still perceived well, is what I get from this. But it's just so weird because like we also have this energy of cornucopia. We have wishes being fulfilled. It's almost like once you're able to get through whatever this open hostility energy is toward you, it's leading you to getting something that you want, right? Maybe you're getting a management position or a leadership position, or some beautiful, abundant opportunity is opening up for you here. This talks about wishes being fulfilled. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you, and you may even find all of your wishes get fulfilled. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. You've done important work. It's about to pay off. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Door to Spirit. So there's definitely some sort of spiritual lesson or spiritual connection to this upcoming change or challenge that you guys are going to be going through, okay? For a lot of my group 3 viewers, I almost feel like you coming into this reading, like you could be getting a leadership position here with the King of Pentacles, but maybe you find that there are people on your team that are not as accepting of you yet as a leader. Like it's going to take time for you to build those relationships. So it's like, even though this opportunity is bringing you a lot of prosperity and abundance, there are still some difficulties that we have to navigate through here. So it's like 2 things can be true at once with your situation. All right, let's continue. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about upcoming career changes for group number 3. We have replacing what was lost. You now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew, create with a new perspective or outlook. This card might also indicate abundance is on the horizon. Beautiful. So just kind of like confirming that that abundance is part of the change. We also have back on task. Be sure you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you're working on. All could use some fine-tuning. Yeah, that's beautiful as well. We also have where you need to be. Acknowledge how you're feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of current concerns by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. So trusting in spirit, trusting in the universe. And I feel like with this action card in reverse, it's like not making any rash decisions, even though you might be dealing with a few little bumps in the road here with people that you work with. Okay. So yeah, I think a part of this change is like, you are definitely achieving a certain level of prosperity and abundance here. And I think that through it all, maybe whatever these hostilities have been are actually pushing you to kind of get back on track, redirecting your energy to a more productive space. So let's continue group 3. What else, please, Spirit, for group number 3? Do I want to do this deck? Yeah, we'll do this deck first. We have 2 more decks. So let me do first. This is the timeline. So we're going to look to see kind of when you guys could expect this energy to hit you. Keeping in mind that this is a general reading, so the timeline may not be quite the same for everyone involved. We have your birthday season. So this could be happening during the time of your birthday for some of you. We also have the waxing moon. We have spring energy here at the bottom of the deck as well. So the next waxing moon could be a significant time frame. Your birthday season could be a significant time frame for some of you, or the season of spring. We also have next week. So for some of you, this could be coming in pretty quickly, just depending on your situation. Actually, we have 2 more decks. I forgot this one. Tell us a little bit more, please, Spirit, about this change, please, that's coming up for group number 3. All right, so we've got high honor. So some much deserved, well-deserved recognition after a period of hard work, for sure. We have the coffin. So releasing something old to welcome in the new, laying something to rest. We have the gift as well. So this can be like some sort of support that's coming just when you need it, right? There is definitely something here with replacing what was lost, where you're getting a fresh start. And so I think after like a really hard-earned, hard-fought battle, you guys are achieving this prosperity and abundance, being able to kind of lay to rest something old and welcome in something new. And I feel like this gift, this could be connected to your birthday for some of you, literally. But the gift can talk about like some sort of support, money, resource that's being given to you that helps give you a boost, in the moment. So let's see. Group number 3. Let's look at some of these fortune cookie cards just to close us out. Upcoming career changes for group 3, please, Spirit. We have society. Say yes to all the wonderful invitations coming your way. Excellent networking opportunities and the new love interest for singles will be the result. So it's kind of interesting with that 3 of Pentacles, because I definitely feel like there's something here for you with this change around being able to expand your network through connecting with a team. We also have declutter. Declutter your life, let go of correspondence to objects and people you no longer want. So that makes a lot of sense with replacing and kind of this coffin energy of letting something go. This also says someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. So that makes a lot of sense with the hostilities energy that we're seeing here, group 3. I feel like there's definitely at least somebody in your environment where you're like, they don't like me. We have reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease in life. Oop. Hold up. Tons of cards just flying everywhere. Yeah, it's like I feel this King of Pentacles, maybe for a lot of you guys, you are turning into like your own boss in a way. Becoming a business owner for some of you. Let's see. But I think also like the public image aspect of this makes a lot of sense too with that reinventing of yourself. It's like responding as the queen or king that you are to whatever the hostilities are. We also have twists and turns. Carefully made plans could be thrown out the window as major changes and interruptions surround you. Make sure you get lots of rest to cope with the upheaval. We do have opportunities here as well. An important offer will be made. Be prepared to dress to impress. So looks pretty good, you guys. I mean, it definitely feels like the change is something that's going to have you, needing to advocate for yourself a little bit. But it seems like it's opening up a lot of prosperity and abundance and rewards for you. And there's also like an energy here with like releasing and letting go of things that no longer serve you. Maybe the hostility energy is something that you're working on moving through and releasing during this time as well. So that's what I see, group 3. We're going to go ahead and end your message here. But if this did resonate with you, comment below and let me know which aspects resonated the most and what's been going on with your career. And if you want to continue to support my work, you can like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you will be updated when I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.